It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and I think I've got a really special beer to show you today. It's an Imperial Stout that's been aged on rum barrels. And this is Glen Affric Brewery's Queensway Stout. It's in a 330ml can, aged in Guyana rum barrels, oak barrels, and it's 13.5% ABV. Now this beer has been aging in the barrels for 3 years. 3 years barrel aged beer. That is bonkers. I'll explain the whole kind of barrel aging process if you want me to a little later in the review. But first and foremost, without further ado, let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke, look at the smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. Oh, look, I'm going to give this a rigorous pour because it's 13% and it has no right to create a head. No right whatsoever. And indeed, that head has gone away rather quickly. That was always going to happen. That was always going to happen. If you have a kind of big, thick head on your Imperial Stout, especially if it's barrel aged, especially if it's 13% ABV, 13.5, then there's something not quite right with the beer. I was fully expecting that head to dissipate as quickly as it did. Once a beer gets over 11-12% ABV, I suppose if it was lighter, it would definitely be called a barley wine. In this instance, it's called an Imperial Stout, brewed with roasted malt. But the head dissipates really quickly. It's the alcohol in the glass. You can see as I rock the beer back and forth, you can see that this beer has alcohol legs. Look at the glass. If you look carefully enough around that rim of the glass, you can see the alcohol is climbing up the edge of the glass there. A little bit of carbonation as the beer rises up the side of the glass. It's jet black, it's a little hazy. It's been out the fridge about 40 minutes. So I've been storing it at 4 degrees. Keep it nice and kind of chilled and cooled. But I've had a chance now to warm it up for about 40 minutes, so it's probably about 10 degrees. Let's get the aroma then on this jet black beer. Wow, my goodness me. Ooh. Ooh. See them alcohol legs on the glass? See how the glass is almost shimmering? Well, it's shimmering up my nose as well. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whew. Rum, rum, rum. Woodiness, vanilla, oakiness. Raisin, plum, fig, prune, molasses, more vanilla, more wood. It smells delightful. If you're a rum fan, this could be the drink for you. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. It's wet outside. You might hear a slight drip on the roof. It's mid-October. The nights are flying in now. They're flying in. It's kind of wet and cold. And it's Imperial Stout season for 2023. I'm calling it right now. We're in Imperial Stout season. And what an Imperial Stout to kick off Imperial Stout season. This is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, ho, ho. The rum, the raisin. There's a reason why rum and raisin's a thing, you know. And I've just realised this in this glass of beer. Rum, raisin, vanilla, plum, fig, prune, roasted malt, molasses, chocolate, coffee, caramel, medium creamy mouthfeel. Oh, I feel so relaxed. I feel like right now I could shut the camera off and just stand at this bar, look out the window and just, you know, watch the birds and stuff and singing in the garden and just, I could. That beer has just completely, I feel so relaxed now. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. And it's not the alcohol. It's not because I'm standing here drinking a 13.5% ABV alcoholic drink. Nothing to do with that whatsoever. I mean, it helps a little bit, of course. Talking about that alcohol, it kind of slides down the throat into the pit of the stomach. You feel a real warming sensation in the pit of the stomach. But I'm not relaxed. I've not just relaxed myself from it's everything about this beer. It's all of the flavours that I like in life. It's bitter dark chocolate, it's vanilla, it's coffee, it's roasted malt, there's plum and fig and prune and wonderful flavours. There's a creamy rich mouthfeel. This is a fantastic beer. It really is. It's one to savour. And this is what I like about Glen Affric Brewery. You can nip down home bargains if you want, right now, just before Halloween, and you can buy their American Red Ale, or you can buy their Halloween beer. And they're like £1.50. £1.50 if you want to go and kind of indulge yourself in some quite fun Halloween beers or some American Red Ale for £1.50. It's there. You can pop down home bargains for that if you want. Part of their Glen Affric range of beers. And then you can go all the way through. You can go all the way through from kind of bargain budget beers. You can go all the way through to their fantastic New England IPAs and pale ales. We've brewed with them ourselves. We've brewed a fantastic kind of beer, Brighter Days Ahead and Stone That Goes. So 2 beers we've brewed with Glen Affric. And then you can carry on past that and you can go all the way up to these kind of like, I don't know, maybe this beer, maybe this can, 330 millilitre can. I wouldn't be surprised if this was £6, £7, £8, maybe £9 on their website. But if you wanted to kind of nip down home bargains and indulge yourself in a couple of those beers, the kind of like session beers, and then if you wanted your Christmas dinner beer, if you wanted that one beer in front of the log fire on Christmas Day to round off a wonderful day at Christmas, then this could be the beer. This could be your £6, your £7, your £8, whatever you've paid for it on their website. this could be the beer. This is proper kind of indulgent stuff. This is kind of top of the bar, top rated, woody. It's been in a barrel for 3 years. 3 years. Now, I was at Glen Affric in 2019 or 2020, and I brewed the Goza, Stone the Goza, and I seen these barrels. I seen these barrels with my own eyes, and I was with Craig. Spent most of the day with Craig, the head brewer / owner of the brewery, and we got a couple of these nice kind of glasses. We went up to one of these barrels. We pulled a nail out of a barrel. And when you pull a nail out of a barrel-aged beer, that of course you get this little shoot of liquid firing out. And you're going to hold your glass there and it fills up into your glass. You put the nail back in the barrel and that stops any leakage. And I'm not sure if I drank this specific beer back then. But they have a massive barrel aging process up in Glen Affric. They've got barrel after barrel after barrel, loads and loads and loads of barrels up at that brewery. And it was wonderful to drink beer straight from oak, straight from an oak barrel. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So what happens with barrel aging is, so they've obviously invested, say this one, in a rum barrel. The barrel's empty, but the barrel is what a brewery will call wet. It's a wet barrel. It's fresh. It's full to the brim. All of the wood. All of that kind of... It's an empty barrel, but all of the wood is wet with rum. The brewer will then brew a stout. In this case, probably 9, maybe 10% ABV. They'll put that stout then in the barrel, or 3 or 4 barrels, whatever the batch is, and then they'll leave it for 3 years. And all of the wood, all of the oak, all of the rum soaks into the beer. Soaks into the beer, the ABV rises. Wonderful. Wonderful. And this is what you're left with. 3 years in a barrel, Queensway Stout. And it's fantastic. It really is. It looks good. It smells good. The aroma of the beer, I'm going to mention it one more time. See those alcohol legs in the glass? That's the alcohol climbing up the edges of the glass. That is kind of like whoosh, a full-on aroma. That is, and it was always going to be, one of Glen Affric Brewery's best ever beers that have ever come out of that brewery. I'm not surprised though, it's taken 3 years in a barrel. I like that enough to give it a Stone the Crows 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, cheers.